Hey everybody, my name is Malik Twyman, and here's my senior thesis on face perception and pedophilia, incarcerated pedophiles, and MAPS. Just a brief background on what I did here is I recently worked at the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office, specifically in the FESA unit, which is just family violence, sexual assault. So the Philadelphia DA handles all criminal cases in Philadelphia. So in 2019, there was 333 homicides, and currently there's 464 in the year of 2020, which is an approximately about 39% increase. Some of these murders were children due to victims of sexual and domestic violence. So while working here, I did various things with helping attorneys with preliminary hearings and trials, prepping binders for the judge, ADAs, and defense. But what really got my passion for this work is after a conversation with Dr. Keating, telling me that there was already an ongoing experiment from Abby Wolf in 2018 dealing with the examination of pedophiles and their attraction to minors. And that kind of hit a personal part of me because when I worked in my internship, I met with one of the victims of sexual assault. And when you're a younger kid at that age and you're a victim of something like that, the ADAs tell you to watch for certain cues as they don't really understand what's really happening to them. So you have to watch to see what they're saying. So without giving the details, the who I met with, the victim was being raped by someone in her family that was a little older. And the way she described it was, oh, well, we play this game and the game is to be quiet. And while he takes my clothes off, like I have to stay quiet and don't tell anyone. So obviously this is extremely wrong. But when you're that young, you don't really know. So when Dr. Keating gave me the opportunity to go and study this a little further, I just took it and just ran with it. So for this experiment, what we did was incarcerated pedophiles and MAPS. MAPS are essentially uh, minor attracted persons, which is just a group of pedophiles online. And we wanted to include an online aspect because in the research done by Holt in 2010, the results showed that these online communities of pedophiles actually can encourage emotional and sexual relationships with minors. And then we wanted to also include control groups of both the MAPS and incarcerated pedophiles. So these would just be other online communities that aren't pedophiles and then other inmates that are not pedophiles and then compare their answers. We did this because in March of 2013, they did a similar idea where they collected data comparing the results of college kids and pedophiles and seeing how accurate they were in ranking the age of 15 to 17-year-old women. And they found that pedophiles actually somewhat ranked higher, the women, than the regular kids did. So for this experiment, we had, like I said, incarcerated pedophiles and MAPS, and we administered a survey through Qualtrics. Everyone saw the same 24 faces 5 times, and they would judge all of them on the characteristics that we use, which was age, trustworthiness, maturity, strength, and wisdom. And we did this honestly because we felt like someone that has an attraction to younger kids might see characteristics that a normal person might not. Obviously, like someone that's not attracted to 8-year-olds and 4-year-olds may not say that they're strong or mature or wise, where something that's attracted to them might see them as older. And due to that, might give them characteristics that you would usually give to someone that's a bit older. Um, so, and the graphs that we see here, we also tested self-deception and personal power, honestly, because we believe that pedophiles would see themselves as more self-deceptive and have stronger power to take over their victims and do what they want. And so in my results here, all anticipated because we weren't able to actually get data due to COVID and the timing. So we see here in the age in the top right that pedophiles and MAPS are ranking that we assume would rank the age higher than the control groups. This is obviously due to their attraction for kids. So a 3-year-old kid they may see as actual 5-year-olds or 8-year-olds. And for 12-year-olds, they're seeing them as more 17 or 18, where someone that isn't attracted to them will see them as much younger. We saw a similar trend in what we assume to be the characteristics as well for both MAPS and incarcerated pedophiles, where we're seeing, for example, in the bottom to middle right, we're seeing a maturity that pedophiles are ranking the maturity of a 8-year-old girl at around like a 4.3 on a five rank scale, one being not at all mature and 5 being extremely mature, whereas someone that isn't attracted to kids will rank them more around 2.6. and incarcerated pedophiles, you see the same type of discrepancy where though they're ranking the characteristics way higher as well. For example, in the wisdom portion, we see a huge change as you're seeing incarcerated inmates would be ranking them elements at like a 5, a 4.6, or 4.7, where someone that isn't attracted kids are ranking them more around like a 2.93. And obviously, this we believe will be due to the attraction they have to those kids. And so yeah, I mean, like this is basically like what I did for my senior thesis, and I was like the work isn't easy to deal with, but we knew that Dr. Keating, Abby, Wolf, and myself knew that the information is important to know, and we would really like if we had time to go into the prisons and actually conduct this research and get actual data. Um, so yeah.